Well, a very good morning from Phuket. It's Tuesday today, so of course we're off down the beach and we're going to be going to Tri Trang Beach. But what a beautiful day for going to the beach today is turning into. Just look at that blue sky, absolutely beautiful. It's been like this now for about 3 days. Temperatures around 35 degrees, so really warm. Now at the minute I'm just about to have my breakfast. I'm sorting out Charlie because of course we're going to try and take Shadow. Nat's not over keen on going to Tri Trang Beach in Charlie because there are quite a number of hills, and Charlie, our trusted sidecar and scooter, unfortunately is only 100cc. I've rigged up a few points where I'm going to be doing some filming. Put my cameras here, one on the back, so you can see what's going on, because it's going to be an interesting journey. As I say, it's only a 100cc scooter, so not very powerful, and of course when the three of us are on the scooter, it doesn't really like going up hills. Now I'm not going to film the whole journey all the way there because it's going to take us probably about 50 minutes. We've got to go into Patong and then go up the hill coming out of Patong all the way over and follow it down and get to Tri Trang Beach. We couldn't take Shadow last week to Freedom Beach because of the trail down to the beach. It was simply impossible. But Tri Trang Beach is on the normal roads. I'm going to have a go. First of all though, I'm going to eat my breakfast, which is oats, mango and honey with a coffee. Nat's having a cornflakes and yogurt with a Thai tea. Shadow just in there waiting patiently to go to the beach. She knows normally Tuesdays she goes somewhere, so she's been very patient, very good this morning, just waiting for us to get sorted out. Once I finish my breakfast, we're going to go to Tri Trang Beach. Success! We made it! Nat didn't think we would be able to get here, but Charlie provided. Excellent. Okay, well we've just arrived at Tri Trang Beach, and this is actually my second attempt at filming. I did all the filming, got all the way down the beach to where Nat is now sitting with Shadow, and noticed that the wide angle lens that's fitted on the front of my camera wasn't seated quite right. And of course, without it being seated right, it won't focus right. So when I checked some of the footage back, it looked a little bit out of focus. So I've come back to the start to redo this, otherwise it's not going to look very good on the video with it out of focus. Now this is the view you're greeted with as you pull up at Tri Trang Beach, which is overlooking the Bay of Patong, of course. Patong just across there. Beautiful view. The clouds actually starting to lift a little bit now because it was a beautiful morning. We've had breakfast, and then we've come over to Tri Trang Beach, and the clouds have come in and it's spitting with rain. It's been absolutely glorious the last 3 days, and then the day I want to come to do some filming, the weather's now changing. Now it's been about 5 to 8 years since I was last here, and this wasn't here at all. All this concrete area wasn't here when I used to visit it. It was just the beach. There was a little track just here down onto the beach. For a long time all the land behind the beach was open, and then all of a sudden a hotel group bought the land because that's private, and then there was a big fence erected, a big metal fence, dark green it was. It didn't look very nice, and it was running all the way down the beach line for a long time. Actually, they've been building the resort, and it stopped me from coming to Tri Trang Beach because it just didn't look as nice as it used to. Nat and Shadow are over there in the distance. Shadow's probably looking for me and wondering where I've gone. Nat had to go ahead because of course she was impatient and she wanted to go down to the beach. Now, as I say, before there used to be just a very small track onto the beach. All this concrete area wasn't here, but this has all been built since the hotel's been built. So it's quite nice, actually. They've made it really nice. There's an area where you can come and sit and relax if you want to. There's a nice big sign now, Tri Trang Beach, that never used to be here. And they've even got wheelchair access so that's really great. For anybody that's in a wheelchair, you can come here, use this wheelchair ramp and get down onto the concrete platform, so that's really useful. It's one of the few beaches I've actually seen that have got that type of access. Of course, the hotel is open. Well, when I say open, it's finished and been built. I don't know whether it's currently taking guests or not because of obviously the situation, but the hotel has now finished being built, and that looks quite nice in that area. And I'm glad to say the fence is now gone. Here's Shadow, she's come to find me. I bet Nat's not very happy because she's run off. Come on, you, come here, come on. Don't like going too far without me, do you? Huh? Go on. No, no, come on, Shadow, come on this way. So, the guy's got his catch here, not you. You can't have them fish. Shadow's, I wondered what Shadow was looking at then. So that's the catch that I just filmed earlier. No, come on, this way. Go on. Nice catch a grouper there. That's what he got. So hopefully, I didn't think I'd be able to refilm those fish because I thought the guy had gone. He was just, looked like he was going. Shadow, come on. Come on. Shadow. Not listening to me today. She wants to explore. That's worried. I can see she's standing over there, not happy. Now, you can't actually get to that section of beach without walking in the water because they've roped the area off. I guess it's the hotel's grounds, as you can see there. Not quite sure what that is. It looks like maybe a restaurant. That looks like a kitchen area, bar, kitchen area, so that could be a restaurant. This is part of the hotel grounds here, and then you've got a little hut there, and just here it leads on to, well, what would have been the beach. We would have been standing on the beach now if this concrete structure hadn't been built, but it is quite nice. I'm not quite sure whether the tide's coming in or out at the moment. But what you have to do is go down the steps here and then walk around in the water to access that section of the beach over there, because as you can see, they've got it roped off. Shadow, come here. No, Shadow. Shadow don't seem to care that that's the hotel's grounds. Shadow, come here. Come here. Come on, good girl. Come on, come on, you can't go on there. Come on. No, I think she's looking to go to the toilet, unfortunately. Shadow, come here. Come on, come on, Lil, no, here, come on, come on, good girl, down, down, come on, and go back to Nat now, come on, good girl, go on. So as you can see, we've just got to walk around this section, so depending on what time of day you come to the beach and how the tide is, I'm not quite sure how deep it will be. At the moment it's not too deep, as you can see there, Shadow wading through it. It's sort of between my ankles and my knee. So not really that deep, but the splashing, I've got to be careful against the wall going on the camera, because this camera's not waterproof. But this wall here that's in front of us never used to be here. This is something that's been built. Go on. I guess part of the hotel, they've put a wall there, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to access further along the beach. Not too bad. Easy enough to get to for the cat. And now she's run back to Nat. But what a fantastic view of Patong from over here, and this is one of the reasons why I really used to love this beach, because you've got the view, lovely for swimming, but a lot quieter, not commercialized. You haven't got all the touts on the beach trying to sell you stuff. Of course, you do need to bring your own water or any food, because there's nothing on the beach, literally nothing at all. So you need a towel, beach mat, water, drinks, whatever you want to bring, you need to bring that with you, because you're not going to be able to buy it on the beach. Whereas you can over in Patong, of course. They've got the touts walking up and down the beach, selling everything from drinks and ice creams to... Whoa! Yeah, got covered in water then. Luckily the camera didn't get too much. Okay, let me quickly walk through this area. Oh. Hey. Now I've got a feeling the tide's actually coming in, because it's got worse since I've come back. and had to reshoot this. We're going to have to keep an eye on that because it's going to make it difficult to get back to where we've parked Charlie, of course. Okay, I'm just going to make a dash, get out of this water. So going back to what I was saying, you haven't got the touts on here. Of course, on Patong Beach, you have all the touts selling everything from drinks, ice creams, to watches, jewellery, bags and hats, sunglasses. The list is endless. But over here, you don't get pestered by those. So if that's something that you don't like on the beach, then this is a great option, especially if you're staying in Patong, because as you can see, literally Patong's there. It's 5-10 minutes on a scooter. It's not far at all, and it's very easy to do on a scooter. Not so easy to do on Charlie because of the hills. But just look at this view. Hopefully that big black cloud that's sitting over the top of Patong is going to move away soon. It was glorious this morning. Now, I did mention earlier about a restaurant. I think it's the third building, the one with the lighter coloured roof as you're going up the hill. It used to be a restaurant. I don't know whether it still is. It's been a long time since I've eaten there, but fantastic place early evening to go. If it's still a restaurant, I might try and have a walk up and see whether it's still a restaurant. But to go early evening, just as before the sun sets, have a meal looking across the bay towards Patong with all Patong lit up. Oh, just fantastic. Okay, I'm going to make my way down now to Nat, and I'm going to get a big gulp of water because I'm thirsty. It's quite warm today. It has been beautiful the last 3 days. Not a cloud in the sky, and then this morning started off the same, and I thought, great, we're going to have a fantastic day for the beach. And then as we were coming over towards Patong, I noticed the clouds starting to build and spits of rain. It's nothing heavy, it's not too much to worry about, but I thought, well, isn't that just typical? But it's still very warm. Yesterday it was 35 degrees, so a very, very warm day yesterday. Today's a little bit cooler. I think it's about 32, but it's still very warm. I'm pouring a sweat. So I'm going to grab some water in a minute, as I say, sit down and relax for about an hour. Just keep an eye on the tide just in case it's coming in, because it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to go around that small section. It's not a big section, it's not a big issue. We should be able to get around there. I'm just concerned about my camera gear, obviously, because some of it's not waterproof. If you're going to come to this beach, it's worth bearing in mind the tide, because it may affect you coming along that first section, because I'm not quite sure how you can access this section that we're currently standing on unless you're staying at the hotel, because it looks like the hotel has access onto this section of the beach. But if you're not staying at the hotel, then it may be a little bit more difficult to access. Is there an access down the bottom there onto the beach or not? Nat, do you know? Maybe I'll have a wander down with Shadow in a minute and see. I'm not quite sure if there's any access down here onto the beach. Nat seems to think there's another hotel further down. Shadow's loving this beach, got it all to herself. Trying to catch some crabs. Crab breakfast. Well, when I say breakfast, it's actually closer to lunchtime now. 12:30 now, so we're closer to lunch. So Shadow's hunting for her lunch at the moment. She wants a crab lunch. We had our breakfast, no rush this morning because we haven't got a lot of plans today, just coming down to the beach. I don't think I'm going to be going over and having another pizza. I think I've been over enough. So we're not quite sure what we're going to do later in the day, but we're going to have an hour down here anyway, taking this beautiful beach. That water is just great. Well, we've been down here about an hour now, and I'd forgot just how nice this beach really is. I've had a little walk along the beach with Nat just to have a look, see whether there's another entrance onto the beach, but there doesn't seem to be. That seems to be the only entrance, unfortunately. I've noticed walking along the beach that the hotel that they've built, the resort, has got several doors, and each door has got its own number, and there's actually private villas behind those doors. So if you're staying in that resort, I don't know what it's called, I'm not sure. I'll try and have a look and find out the name and put it in the description down below. But if you're staying in that resort and staying in one of these villas, you've got your own private access onto this beach, which is really nice. As you can see, that's number 3, and then as you move down, you've got number 4, number 5, and so on. And there's quite a few of these doorways. That's number 6 and number 5 there, number 6, number 7, and so on. And they run quite a way down, actually. I was quite surprised with that. But it'd be lovely if you were staying in the resort to have access straight onto this beach. Really, really beautiful. I'd forgotten just how nice Tri Trang Beach actually is, to be honest, because I haven't come here, as I mentioned earlier, for a long, long time. Mainly because of that fence, and it just didn't look nice. Of course, for those who remember Tri Trang Beach when it was all open before all this building, that was really lovely. It was a really lovely time, but then that fence went up and it sort of spoilt it, and I stopped bothering coming, to be honest. We've had the beach virtually to ourselves. There's just one other person. I'm not quite sure where he's appeared from. I just put the camera on, there was nobody there, and then I've turned around and he's there. So whether he's come out to one of the villas, I don't know. But really, really nice. Shadow's had a lovely time on the beach, running around and swimming. We're going to start and make our way now back along here, because of course you've got that bit that I pointed out earlier where you have to walk in the water, and I'm guessing once the tide comes right in, it's going to get quite deep, so we don't want to walk too late going back, because if the water's really deep, I'm a bit concerned about the equipment, of course, because some of it's not waterproof. But we should be able to get past there. Definitely a beach to come and visit if you're staying in Patong or even near to Patong. Then of course, as you can see, Patong just over the back there. The sun's now starting to come out. The clouds have cleared from Patong, cleared away, and they were actually over there in the distance, but again they've moved again now, so the sun's coming out. Lovely blue sky. I mean, look at that, just beautiful blue sky behind us. It's going to be a really nice afternoon by the looks of it. Few clouds still lingering over Patong, but just here, absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice. But this is another one of those beaches. If you're not keen on the tourist beaches, come and hunt this one out. You're not going to be disappointed. Really nice now that they've finished this resort complex. I've made a nice job at the front where the sign is, and then the access with the wheelchair access and the steps down. That concrete area, I noticed a few Thais there just sitting, relaxing, taking in the view and having some food. So real nice area to come and sit down. I'm guessing it might be quite popular in the evenings as well with people, so it's well worth coming and taking a look, even if you just come down to take in the beautiful views. Nat there just getting Shadow ready to go. Okay, we ready? Okay, let's go. Let's make our way back to where we parked Charlie. Gonna take a look how deep this water is. Shadow running around trying to chase crabs and dragonflies. Yeah, it does look like it's coming a little bit more now. There's not as much beach exposed as there was before. I'm going to just check how deep this is. We should be okay. I don't think it's coming all the way yet. I can see the tide mark running along the beach here, so it's still coming in. So definitely something to keep an eye on if you come in here, because of course if that gets deep then you're going to have to swim, and if you've got anything with you that's electronic, that's not going to be great unless you've got something waterproof to put it in. As I say, with my camera equipment, I'm a little bit not quite sure how deep that is, but we're going to find out. I'm going to take my flip-flops off, okay, and hopefully let Nat go ahead, and then if it suddenly goes deep. Okay, well, we've just made it back around there, and actually it's actually a lot deeper than you think. It was above my waist, and at one point the water had gone in the bag, so that's something you need to bear in mind. Luckily Shadow was right by the side of me and she was swimming, so didn't really affect Shadow at all. She wasn't that bothered, but it was actually up to my waist, because there's a part there where it goes really deep and there's rocks under the water as well that you can't see, and I hit my foot on one of the rocks and sort of went down a little bit, and the bag went into the water, so not great. Luckily there's no water got inside the bag because it was only for a few seconds, but that is definitely something to bear in mind. If you're going to try and access that section of beach, you've got to really bear in mind of this, because two Thai ladies have just tried to walk around, and the guy in the hut here has stopped them, because obviously it's private. He doesn't want people walking around and using their walkway. The only way to that is this part here where you go around, and of course that you could get very easily cut off there, because it is actually a lot deeper than you think. So especially if you're carrying phones and things like that and you haven't got a waterproof bag, you may have a problem. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, this look at Tri Trang Beach, one of the less commercialized beaches, 5-10 minutes away from the main Patong beach, so very accessible, well worth coming down. Beautiful beach, beautiful scenery. I will include all the details in the description down below, so do go and check out the description. I've got to just keep an eye on Shadow. She's going over to some people over there. Shadow, come here, good girl, come on, come and say goodbye. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Left. Sit down, sit down, good girl, sit. Good girl. There we go. Look. Okay. From me and Shadow, as always, you take care, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next one.